Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about two important core modules in Node.js, the file system module and the event module. We will understand how they work and where they are used in real world applications. These modules are the backbone of how Node.js works in real world applications. The file system module helps us read, write and manage files, while the events module explains how Node.js handles actions asynchronously using events. This session is designed for beginners, so we'll focus on clear concepts, why these modules exist and how they are used in practical applications. In this session, we will cover four major things. First, we will understand what the file system module is and how Node.js handles file operations without blocking the application. Next, we will move to the event module, which is the foundation of Node.js event-driven architecture. Then, we will see how these two modules are used together in real-world scenarios. By the end of the video, you will clearly understand how Node.js manages files and responds to events efficiently. The file system modules are also called the FS module, is used to work with files on the system. Its core purpose is to perform the operations asynchronously, meaning it does not stop the Node.js application while waiting for the file to be read or written. Node.js provides both callback based and promise based methods, giving developers flexibility. Since it is a built-in module, there is no need to install anything. We can directly use it. One very important point here is error handling. File operations can fail due to missing files, permission issues, or incorrect paths. So, handling errors properly is essential. Reading file in Node.js follows three simple steps. First, we import the FS module into our application. Second, we chose the method based on our requirement. If we want non-blocking behavior, we use asynchronous methods. If we want blocking behavior, we use synchronous methods. For the blocking behavior, we use the synchronous. For non-blocking, we will use asynchronous methods. And for the third one, we handle the response. In asynchronous reading, we handle data inside a callback. In synchronous reading, we use try-catch method block to handle errors efficiently and safely. Next, this slide highlights the performance difference between asynchronous and synchronous file operations. Synchronous operations do not block the event loop, which means Node.js can continue handling other tasks while awaiting for file input or output. Synchronous operations, on the other hand, block execution until the file operation is complete. In server applications, asynchronous operations can improve responsiveness significantly, especially while handling multiple users or large files. This is why Node.js strongly encourages asynchronous input or output. Here, the difference is mainly in execution flow. In asynchronous reading, Node.js sends the file input to the continuous executing other code. Once the file is ready, the callback is triggered. In synchronous reading, Node.js waits until the file is fully read by moving to the next line of the code. For small scripts, synchronous might be acceptable, but the production of server-side application, asynchronous reading is the best. And the file system module also allows us to create and modify files. The write file method creates a new file or overwrites an existing one. The append file methods adds content to an existing file without removing old data. For large streams are preferred because they write data in chunks, improving performance and reducing memory usage. Just like reading files, error handling is critical during write operations. This slide represents typical real-world file operations. Writing files is commonly used for logging, saving your data or configuration files. Appending data is useful when we want to add log or updates without deleting previous content. Gathering file information such as file size, creation time, and modification time helps in file monitoring and system audits. The event module enables event-driven programming, which is at the heart of Node.js. It uses the EventEmitter class to create and manage events. Listeners are registered using the on method and events are triggered using the emit method. We can also remove listeners when they are no longer needed, which helps prevent memory leaks. Event-driven architecture works in 4 steps. First, an event emitter manages all events. Second, listeners are registered to listen for specific events. Third, when a condition is met, an event is emitted. And finally, the corresponding event handlers execute automatically. This module allows Node.js to be highly scalable and efficient. Node.js allows us to create custom events received or file updates like user login, data received. Multiple listeners can listen to the same event and all of them will execute when the event is triggered. This helps in separating logic and making applications modular and maintainable. Callbacks work well for simple direct operations. But as applications grow, callbacks can become hard to manage, leading to callback hell. Events provide better scalability, especially when multiple components need to respond to the same action. That's why event-driven systems are preferred in complex Node.js applications. The once method ensures that a listener runs only one time, which is useful for one-time initialization logic. Error events must always be handled. If an error event is emitted without a listener, it can be crash the application. Removing listeners when they are no longer required helps prevent memory issues. This slide shows how the file system module and event module work together. A file watcher continuously monitors a file. When the file changes, it emits an event. Listeners respond by reloading the file or updating configurations. This pattern is commonly used in config reloaders, log monitors, and real-time systems. The file system module is powerful but must be used carefully with asynchronous method. These are the key takeaways, and for best practices, security is very important. File paths should be validated and user input sanitized. Common mistakes include blocking the event loop and forgetting error handling. The event module enables scalable, loosely coupled applications, making Node.js suitable for real-time and high performance. Thank you for, and I hope this explanation helped you understand the file system and event modules in Node.js.